How you feel about this F the Streets movement that's going on right now?
F the streets. F the streets. Here's what I think about the F the streets movement. First of all, I support 21 Savage in starting this movement. Somebody had to have enough courage to say that this lifestyle that we've been selling to poor black children, this lifestyle of drug dealing, going to jail, murdering other black people, is not a benefit to our community. So I support 21 Savage. Now, some people are saying he only said this because of some allegations of snitching by him or people in his camp. I don't follow that stuff, so I don't care about it. But even if it came as a result of that, it needed to be said, Art. And I think Boosie responded, and Boosie Badass said, if you're going to say F the streets, stop rapping about it in your music.
Facts. I personally feel like it's going to just go away. Next album going to come out. They're going to keep talking the same stuff they've been talking. It's already lost its luster. It's only been like a week. It's been like maybe 2 weeks since somebody said F the streets. And now you don't even hear people talk about it no more. It's right back to business as usual, if you ask me.
I can agree with that too. If we're going to say F the streets, and we do need to say F the streets, maybe not in that language.
And it's not F the street, the people in the street, it's F the street activity. F the things that are destroying our community. F killing one another, dude. There's so many things to say, to walk away from. And it's easy to point fingers and say, oh, well, they just doing it. I don't care why they doing it. I don't care why you want to stop killing. I don't need a reason. You understand what I mean? If they were to adhere to what they're saying, meaning like change the lyrics, change the trajectory that a lot of the rappers are steering the youth to, if they're willing to do that, I don't care why.
Maybe let's evolve from the streets. F the streets might have been a little bit too strong, although
And to be fair, if 21 Savage took it back and said he should have said save the streets, which would make more sense because these dudes like to play word schematics. And then if he'd have said that, it'd have been a bunch of people out, I don't need to be saved. I love the streets save me, and all this other stuff.
I don't have a problem with it. But Boosie said if you're going to say F the streets, you got to stop rapping about the stuff you rapping about. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
If we turning our backs on it, let's change our music. And I'm hoping, Art, that from this movement that 21 Savage has started, that there could be a movement to reclaim hip hop for the positive in our culture. You follow what I'm saying? Let's get away from the drug dealing. Let's get away from the sexual objectification of our women. Let's get away from the glamorization of money and useless merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get away from the conflict, the beef, the murder. Let's get away from the mass incarceration. I'm all for it. Now, when I look at the backlash that 21 Savage and others who are supporting him are getting, Art, when I look at the backlash that 21 Savage and others are getting for supporting him, Art, it seems like they're misconstruing what the man is saying as being indicative of him turning his back on what he learned from the streets, or turning his back on those positive relationships he might have built in those streets.
The people.
Or turning his back on the value of the experience that he had in the street. I don't see it like that, Art. I don't see it like that. That's just like if I went to jail, Art. If I went to jail and I met a couple old heads who put me on game, or if I went to jail and
then you came home and said, fuck jail. Still F jail.
Became a best friend with one of the brothers in there. Or if I went to jail and I took that time to write a book and I got out of jail and that book made me a millionaire, that doesn't mean jail is a good thing.
Right.
Just because I had some good experiences in jail, just because I might have learned some things in jail, just because I may have built some lifelong bonds in jail, that doesn't mean prison is a good place.
Great analogy, Dr. Umar. This is how he be talking them big girls out they draws. This is how he got y'all. That's how he been making it school for 20 years. He talked to you, get you mesmerized. It doesn't mean he's not correct, but you know, everybody got their stuff with him.
You don't have to throw out the baby with the bathwater.
Facts.
That's just like if you join the U.S. military and the U.S. military sends you to Iraq or Afghanistan or Iran to fight. And while you are over there, you learn some survival skills. While you are over there, you develop some long-lasting bonds. While you are over there, you might meet your wife. While you are over there, you learn another language. Those were good things, right? But you would still say war is not
Sucks.
good.
Right.
And I don't want nobody to go to war. Even if you learn some good things in prison and had some good experiences in prison, you can still say, Art, prison is not a good place. So what I would say to all my brothers in the street, who I love and respect from coast to coast, and I get a lot of love in the streets, right? And I'm probably the most popular scholar of the brothers and sisters.
Oh God, here we go.
But I would tell them, I don't believe the brother 21 Savage and those of us who stand with him, I don't believe what they're saying is forget the things that you learned, forget the people you met, forget the experiences you had. They're not saying that. You can always get some good out of something bad, Art, but at the end of the day, being in the streets does not benefit Black America.
No.
And let us back up for a minute, Art. Do we control anything in these streets?
That's the other part. We don't even own nothing. You try to defend stuff that, once again, with the rappers, with the boot season, all I'm gonna say is, oh, it made a lot of millionaires is made in the streets. Well, so for every millionaire, there are countless people who lost their lives and went insane and got strung out and children unalived. All types of things happen. So that you could be a millionaire, so it could be 6 rap millionaires? Come on, man.
We claim it? I mean, do we control the hospitals we go to when we get shot? Do we control the supermarkets we buy the food from? Do we control the schools that's miseducating our kids?
Barely own homes. Barely.
Let us not forget that the white man created the ghetto, not the Black man. The white man created the ghetto. When our ancestors came up north during the Great Migration, because white men had to go to prison, the government withdrew all the resources out the inner city. That's what turned it into poverty. That's why we had to sell drugs. That's why we had to hustle crack.
It's a lot more complicated than that, but it's sort of.
Why we had to steal cars. That's why we had to hustle credit cards. That's why we had to beef over territory to feed our families. The ghetto in the streets was born of
survival instincts.
Desperation. It
Desperation.
was born of trauma. It was born of panic. Black people didn't come to the inner cities in the northern states and even the southern states and say, let's create a ghetto culture.
Right. But we want to hold on to it like it is the identifying part. Like it's the identifying thing of a Black person in America. Like that's what makes you Black, being from the streets.
That culture was created for you. The Kerner Commission, 1967. What did the Kerner Commission say?
Oh, you're going deep. I don't know this one.
The commission that was put together by Lyndon Baines Johnson to study the cause of the Great Race Riots of 1967. They said, what white America doesn't understand, and what Black America can never forget, is that white America is deeply implicated in the ghetto. This was a presidential report, Art. White America is deeply implemented in the ghetto. They said white America created the ghetto, white America maintains the ghetto, and white America condones the ghetto. And here's the last thing I'll say on that, Art. Here's the last thing I'll say on it. The reason why some of our brothers in the streets are not ready to spin the block into something more positive, Art, is because their entire identity as a man is tied into these streets.
Mm-hmm. It's the only code so many people know. It's the only code of honor that they walk by. So if you remove that, then what do I do? Call the police? I don't understand that.
You got to realize, Art, for some of our brothers, they were given no opportunity to get out. So everything they are is tied to them streets. So in their opinion, if you say F the streets, they take it as you're saying F them. And that's not the case at all. See, remember, Art, the only system where Black men have some control is the ghetto culture. But
that's only an illusion, because there's no control until somebody come in there and take. When you don't own any of the stores, nothing. You can tell by the way it's treated. People wonder, why is it always trash in the ghetto? Because nobody don't own nothing. They don't care. When you go places where there are more homeowners and business owners, people take care of their stuff.
System where black men have some power is the ghetto culture. The only system where the white man, because it's a white man system, let's be clear. The ghetto is a white man system. But Art, it's the only system where you can look like you have some power. It's the only system where you have some autonomy, as long as you don't get caught or killed. As long as you don't get caught by the police or killed by a rival, the ghetto system.
That's why it's an illusion.
The poverty system is the only place that the white man allows the black man to acquire some degree of control. He will let the drug dealer operate for a while. He will let the credit card scammers operate for a while. He will let the clothing designers, knockoff hustlers operate for a while. You see, he'll let the car thieves operate for a while. So in that ghetto culture, Art, a black man who never been in charge of something can feel like he's in charge. A black man who never had no power can feel like he has some power. A black man who's never had any authority can feel like he has some authority. Because remember now, a lot of us grew up and we saw the drug dealers. They were the kings of the hood, the flashiest cars. We didn't see that on Wall Street. We didn't see that in the public school. We didn't see that in the government jobs. We didn't see that in the community stores. The only place we saw a black man who looked like he was in charge and had it going on was those who was committing crimes, because that was the only thing the white man left him to do. So for a lot of black men, Art, they think this is the only way I can achieve power is illegally through the streets. And if we're going to say F the streets, and we should, let's create another ecosystem, Art. Let's create another ecosystem that allows black men from the streets to transition into a legal career or business opportunity in which they can feed their families. Because guess what?
Sure, and don't let Dr. Umar do it either, because he's going to steal the money. Allegedly, he going to steal the money. We get some real builders in there, not good talkers. You just keep talking. You're doing a good job talking. Anyway, next story. Mic check.